Maddie B up in this, motherfucker, and sorry about my language, but I had to get some comedy up in here, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a sad moment for me right now. So, what I'm gonna say is, mistaken identity, take one. Alright, so I was walking down the street downtown. I had this, stupid girlfriend when I was like 19. You know, you're 19, you think the world revolves around you. You know everything. Young, dumb. You know how it goes. And, so, like, we were in an argument, and she was, like, I never hit women, so I never hit her. But she hit me a couple times, and then she phoned 911. And, so I ripped the phone out of the wall. And not thinking that they're, going to come down there because the phone got ripped out of the wall. So then I leave, take the bus, go home. And, I don't know, 10 minutes later, she phones me, baby, they're coming to get you. And I'm like, well, did you give a statement? Like, if you didn't give a statement, it's like, no big deal, right? And she's like, what? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? And I said, did they write down what you said and then you signed it? And she said, yes. And I said, oh shit. Click. And then, Winnipeg Police! Boom, boom, boom! Knock on the door. I was like, fuck. And then my dad puts up $1,000 of surety, tells me not to hang out with this girl again. So I'm walking downtown with her like 2 days later. And I think like every cop in town knows about this in Winnipeg. And none of them know except for like the St. James ones. And this is the second time this happened to me. The first time I breached, I ran away and I ran through the house, thinking that I would fool the cops into thinking I ran through the house, not my girlfriend. But she thought I ran through the house, so she lets them search the house, and so they find me. Wow, that was brutal. And so the second time, she was a little more aware of our surroundings, and she goes, oh look, there's a cop car right there. And the guy was just staring at me like, when they drive by, like, whatever, they just drive by, look at you, like, whatever. And this guy like drove by me, looked at me, looked like almost crashed his car into like the frickin' pole. So he's like turning around and shit. So I give her a kiss, I'm like, okay babe, I gotta go. And I run. And I'm like, I run through, if you're familiar with Winnipeg, it's a series of one-way streets. And the Millennium Library's right there. And so that's where we were kind of going by. But I ran through the PLR, place Louis Riel, because everything is Louis Riel there. They go Louis Riel crazy if they don't get enough Louis Riel in them in 1 year. Everything is named Louis Riel. Like, what should we name this bridge? The Louis Riel Bridge. What should we name this holiday? The Louis Riel Day. What should we name this library? The Louis Riel Library. I'm surprised they didn't name that Millennium Library that. Anyways, so I run through, I see her again. And then she tells me, okay, there's 2 squad cars here. There's one going by Graham this way. There's one going down Broadway this way. There's one going supervisor on Smith just sitting there, or not? Oh no, on the one street over, sitting there. And so I'm thinking the one going down Graham can't come this way down the one-way street because that would be like illegal. You can't do that. So I'm not thinking that because I'm 19, I'm stupid like that, right? So of course they can. They're cops. They're looking, So it's a drop from about, I don't know, like, if you look at the ceiling, it's probably from about that picture right there to the ground, and I did it like Spider-Man. Like, boom. Okay? And I look, and they got their hazards on, and they're coming. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm back up like Spider-Man, up the wall. Man, I don't know how I did it. I ran, and this was like Trayvon era. Like, if this was now, I would have fallen like, oh, fuck, like, oh, fuck, shit, arrest me, But no, I was like Spider-Man, and I ran up, but they were right behind me. The guy was like 300 pounds, the one guy. And, So he says to me, hey, he's like, stop or we'll shoot. And I froze, man, because this was Trayvon. If you remember Trayvon, he was the black kid with the hood. And he didn't do something, and they shot him with tasers and killed him. And that was Trayvon. And these guys had guns pointed at me. So I was like, right there, like just to stop on his eye. He's like, turn around. I turn around. He's like, put your hands behind your back. Get down on your knees. And like I did everything except get down on my knees. I forgot to get down on my knees. So I'm like doing that, putting my hands behind my back. And then the one big cop's like, it looks like a linebacker coming at me. And he tackles me. Like, I mean, this guy would have killed me today, but like then he's like, he tackled me. He's like, fuck, And he picks me up, yanks me up. He's like, where's the dope? I can smell it. I can smell it right now. I'm like, that is a great nose. It's like, what, 4 o'clock right now? I'm like, wow. Like, because, like, I smoked a joint at, like, lunch. Like, I can't believe you can still smell that. And he's like, no, weed, fucking crack. Where's the crack? Some old lady got her crack stolen. And I'm like, what did you just say? Did you just... First of all, I take back the comment about the nose thing, because it obviously sucks, because I haven't smoked crack in weeks. But, what? Someone beat up an old lady. They beat the old lady up, did you say? And they're like, just say you did it. Oh my God, I won't beat you down. I'm like, my mom didn't raise no liar. I'm not lying. No. I'm like, no, I didn't do it. You know, like, fucking, as they're walking me to the squad car, they're like, why'd you run then? And I'm like, I saw you looking at me like you wanted to eat me for lunch, Merv. Because I knew his name was Merv. Because the other cop was like, Merv, it's a little excessive, you know. And so I was like, come on, Merv. So I matched the description, apparently, which was a gray hoodie, which I had on. Okay, Native American in appearance. 350 pounds, I was 165. Long brown hair, I had short ginger hair, like this, but redder. And, no baseball cap on him. And I had a baseball cap on. And, just because I ran, because I was an idiot, it was a mistaken identity. And so, Merv goes over to the supervisor who had come to the street when they heard that they got me. And he's like, you could see him mouthing it like, wrong guy, right? And he's like, 150 pounds, like, Merv, what are you, retarded? And I just, like, I know they were going to take me to jail because they could, because it was a breach, technically. And so I'm just, like, in the back there, like, kind of, and he's like, that other little guy's like, oh, looks like we walked right into a domestic here, Merv. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, that's why I ran away. Like, I would never take an old lady's crack. Like, at least leave her a chunk, am I right? Like, and don't beat her up. Just take it. Like, you old lady, man. Oh my God. But, like, don't take an old lady's crack. I'm not saying that. I'm not endorsing that in any way. Because she needs her crack. Okay? Nice. Yeah. So, anyways. They said, well, I guess we see why you ran, Souch. I'm like, well, where's the girl then? I don't see any girl around me. Well, you ran away from her. We'll find her. I was like, no, you won't. She's at home in St. James, man. We live in St. James. You know that already. And we're downtown at that time, so... And they're like, we're going to do you a deal here, Souch. You know? I was like, don't give me that card, man. I don't want that card. They're like, take the card. And I was like, so I took the card. And they're like, now we're going to let you go. Because, you know what? We're going to do you a favor today. And, thanks. And I said, oh, no problem, Merv. Like, anytime, you broke my rib, basically. But, he was going to beat the crap out of me if I didn't say I took this old lady's crack. But I'm not going to say that, because I didn't do that. So I ain't no liar. Don't forget that. So the moral of the story here is, don't be young and dumb. and run away from cops thinking that they know everything, because they don't. They don't know everything, but they think they do. So, anyways, I'm posting this right now. So, peace.